title of my project is Teaching Exceptional Kids How to Have Fun While Learning. Hi, my name is Kayla Alexander. The Asperger Autism Family Picnic was held at Lake Clear on UCF campus, 4000 Central Florida Boulevard. PALS is the organization that held the whole picnic. The Asperger Autism Family Picnic is an annual fall event on UCF campus to celebrate Asperger's and autism. The event unites families in a fun-filled activity day with games, prizes, music, and more. I completed 5 hours of service. When the children came to my table to make a bracelet, they were putting random beads on their bracelet. So I decided to tell them to get a new string and I will teach them about patterns. I told each person to choose their first bead color. Then I told them to put the same color on the string again. After I told them to choose a different color and repeat the process. When it was getting to the end of the bracelet, I told them to put one of each color on the bracelet and then I would place it on their hand, which is shown in the picture above. I also taught them about symmetry while face painting. I put different stickers on their face and body to represent autism. I decided to show my face. It has an autism sticker, and also my hand, which has autism stickers as well. They were so happy to put a whole bunch on their body, just like how I did. I also did it to represent my nephew who has autism. Towards the ending of the picnic, I played Simon Says with the children, which taught them how to follow directions. If they failed to listen to the directions, they were out of the game. There was also a sack race which taught the importance of balance and exercise, which is shown in the picture right next to the quotes. The second place I decided to do service learning and volunteer at is the UCP East Orange Bales campus, which is located 2702 Science Drive, Orlando, Florida 32826. I completed 10 hours of service learning there. For over 60 years, UCP of Central Florida have been dedicated to enriching the life of children of all abilities. They provide individualized support, education, and therapy service to thousands of children across 7 campuses in Central Florida. The mission of UCP is to empower children with and without disabilities to achieve their potential by providing individualized support, education, and therapy services in an inclusive environment. Interesting information on UCP. UCP works with children from birth to age 21 diagnosed with cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, speech delays, developmental delays, vision, and hearing impairments, among others, in classrooms and therapy programs. The school has over 60 staff members. The staff members include teachers, lead teacher assistants, physical, speech, and occupational therapists, nurses, and administrative staff. Engagement activities. On October 26th, I assisted with the Fall Festival. The kids in the school assisted me with different tasks. I taught them how to properly place tables in respected areas nice and neat. I also taught them how to sort out chips in an organized way to place them nicely. The kids were very energetic, and in the beginning they would yell and get sidetracked. I told them to calm down and show them how and where to place the chips before the festival started. It was a great experience, and the kids were very excited when they saw how organized everything looked. They could not believe that they did it by themselves. So the picture on the side is the chips that they did all by themselves, neatly and nice. Even the staff could not believe that they did this, which was a very good thing for me and the kids because they did something out of their comfort zone and out of the box. And I'm very happy at how everything looked. Engagement activities. I assisted Miss Dare's pre-K class with educational playtime. Initially, there was another volunteer at the play section, but we switched positions. The kids had pieces of train tracks all over the play section. I told them to gather all the pieces and work together to make a big track. I wanted to teach them about group work and how helping one another could make a big difference. Engagement activities. I assisted grade 3 in art class. I taught this little boy on how to focus when it came to drawing his room. He was very hyper and energetic and couldn't stay in one place. I finally got him to sit down and told him to close his eyes and picture his room and draw it. He drew the picture and I was very proud with the results. Participant demographics. Ms. Dare's class consisted of pre-K students and 2 kindergarten students. There was a total of 12 students in the class. 5 students had IEPs. The class consisted of 2 ethnic groups, Caucasian and 3 Hispanics. Participant demographics. The grade 3 class consisted of 22 students. Half of the students in the class had IEPs. The class was very diverse. The class consisted of African American, Caucasian, Hispanic, and Middle Eastern. Service in action. All 3 pictures were taken in Ms. Dare's class. In the first picture was Ms. Dare's classroom. In the back is the play section where I was. In the second picture, I met the 2 little boys. They were playing with trains, but the train track pieces were all over and not put together. In the third picture, another little boy came and I told them all to put their tracks together so that they can put their trains on them and they would have more fun. From the last picture, you can see that the train tracks were put together and I told them, see, it's always good to work in a group. Service in action. In the first picture was the grade 3 class when I first came in. They were about to start art. The teacher was explaining to them what they would draw, either an aquarium or their room. So in the second picture, I worked with this little boy and he was drawing his room. Initially, he was very moody and he didn't want to draw. And then I told him just to calm down, stay in one place, close your eyes and envision your room and then draw. He then started drawing, and in the third picture, you see the results, which I was very proud of, and the teacher was proud of as well. Perceptions of differences. I never worked with kids with a disability before. My initial thought was, what if the kids do not like me? I also thought, why do I have to do this project, and I'm not an education major? Initially, I thought this assignment would not impact me in any way. I am glad that I volunteered at UCP. It taught me how to interact with students with and without a disability. It was an amazing experience for me. What made it amazing was the little boy in slide 13 that I helped with drawing. He made me go to 2 other classes with him, and he was very sad when I told him it was my last day. It hurt me to leave him, and he was so sweet and nice. I really hope he never forgets me. I am happy when I can at least impact one student. Connections to your course. I am completing the project for EEX 4070 Dr. Dan. The topics that I learned more about is Down syndrome, teaching techniques, and emotional disorders. In the grade 3 class, the social studies teacher made me sit next to a student who had Down syndrome. She wanted me to closely monitor him with the iPad. The child gravitated to me very quickly, and he started playing with my nails, and I let him do it for just a minute. And then I let him know that he had to pay attention to the lesson so he would not get in trouble. Doing weekly activities in education class taught me how to create fun and interesting ways for children to learn. I will definitely use all the activities that I've created when working with children. As previously stated, the boy I was helping draw, he would get very moody, and then when I talked to him, he would behave. He also got sidetracked a lot, but I was able to calm him down and motivate him to keep drawing and to create the drawing. Due to my experience, I learned how to create fun and innovating ways for children to learn without being bored. I also learned that whether you have a disability or not, you are capable of learning information. I want to become a speech language pathologist in the future. In our field, we work with kids and adults. So this experience made me more comfortable with working with kids. I initially wanted to work with only adults in geriatrics, but now I would like to work with children as well. Civic engagement. I recommend that everyone should volunteer if they have the chance to. To help a child or anyone in need is the most amazing experience. I have been volunteering since I was about 13 years old. I was a part of an NYU program for younger students, so we always volunteered at different places throughout New York City. I believe the purpose civic engagement serves is to make adults and children happy and for people to learn more about people's disabilities and also coming together to show equality. When you can help someone with a disability, whether it's an educational or playful, it's a great feeling to know you impacted that person's life. I believe service learning is a great way to get hands on experience before entering the teaching or speech pathology fields. The experience definitely motivated me to engage more, especially since my students were sad that I was leaving. That showed me that I was doing something impactful to them and that they enjoyed my presence. Final thoughts and reflections. I am really happy that I did service learning at UCP and that I volunteered at the Autism Asperger Picnic. I really enjoyed each child that I came across, and I will definitely remember this experience. I also placed two pictures below with me at the Autism Picnic blowing bubbles with the kids. It was very fun, and I will never forget this experience ever.